Friday. What's going on, everybody? Hi, friends. What's going on, everyone? Hi, Golden Child. We're popping in first. Jam. Okay. And a woman. Oh, a woman at all times. Oh my God, y'all. It's like puzzles. You guys, it's like mind bender puzzles sometimes. Figure out everybody's individual at name, everybody's handles. A woman at all times. And you better, okay? Period. A woman at all times. Hi, girls. Hi, guys. What's going on? Hi, my friends. Only Me 23. Thank you so much for supporting. Why do I feel like I hear ringing in my ears? The allergies are about to get me. You guys, I don't know what was going on the other day, but the struggle is real. We are working with our camera because there's nothing wrong with it. It's new. I don't know why it was acting weird, but I don't know. Cameras act weird. Kappa man, thank you so much. Thank you for that. Thank you for sewing into Bougie Gang. Look, we got 10. We're gonna have to do a member live now. I mean, it's just like we're gonna have to. You guys, Kappa man, thank you. Okay, thank you so much, and thank you, Only Me 23. You guys are so sweet. Okay, and I meant to do this too before I became live. I've always been all the way live. No, I'm just kidding. Before I went live, let me put my words out. Keonce, hey boo boo, what's up? Bougie Gang or bust, and that's on period. Beauty is her name, 25 months. Thank you so much, you guys. Okay, let me open the monitor and see who got a membership. You guys, I was in the mommy streets today, y'all. I had to take my daughter to get her hair done, and I didn't know high school was gonna be like this, y'all. None of y'all told me. Nobody gave me a clue or any type of indication that I needed to fasten my seatbelt and that high school was going to take me through there and it was going to be a lot. But yeah, I thought we would be resting this spring break. I've been up every day, 5 o'clock, 5:30. Trust me. Hey family. Alicia is in the work bushes supporting for 21 months. And our boo thing, Queen T, 1974, loves it here. And we love you here too, boo boo. Thank you so much. Um, okay. I was doing some research before I came live because I read the document, the forfeiture document before I came live, and because I just wanted to be prepared, right? Go figure. And I've got so many questions. I have so many questions. Um I almost feel compelled to play. How did they know where the beauty salon was? Because this is the beauty salon car. That's the how did they know that the beauty salon? Okay. Now, is this the G-Wagon? I don't know. I don't know if that's it or not. The one right here, because we're over at PGR right now. I mean, if this can't this was parked at PGR. Are y'all following me? We're just gonna jump right into it. Okay, let's see first before I lose it. Keep doing what you do. Thank you, Leo lady. Let's see who got memberships. Kappa Man, thank you again. Call me Shell, the Duchess, Miss Veronica, T Baby, My Bella, Black Snow. Is it Black Snow Media? Black Snow Media. Grown and Bougie, and Trippy Nix. And then we have Only Me 23. Thank you, Boo Boo. And Golden Child. Okay, Golden Child. Did I get all 10? Call me Shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then Deb Diva and Miss Rain. Okay. Okay. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. So we may go deeper. We'll do what we have time for right now. Thanks, Bougie Gang, for the continuous support. You guys, I don't know for sure, but I have a feeling I'll have to text our buddy and see. I already know. I feel like you guys showed up and showed out. You guys have been messaging and commenting that you showed up and showed out for our good friend who is running for judge. So I think that's awesome, and I appreciate that very much. Um, you know, I'm sure he appreciated it very much. I appreciated him coming to spend some time with us. Um, on per look, I have these are readers. Let me go get my real glasses. Hold on a second, because I'm not gonna be able to see. Hold on. Baby, you look so cute. Of course, you want to say hi. Come here. Okay, everybody wants to say hi. You see Lammy? Here's Portia. Oh. Cover your privacy. Okay, there you go. There's Portia. Lammy, come here. Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Okay. Okay. Okay, y'all were I don't know if you guys saw my elliptical and my the stationary bike. This is the homeschool room / gym. Okay. I love Lambo. He's so adorable. Lambo just got $100 haircut. Let me girl. I don't even want to talk about it. How is a dog getting $100 haircut? Can you tell me that? We're not even going to talk about that right now. I feel like Pet Paradise needs to have a Rico, okay? Girl, engaging in extortionate pricing on washing and cutting a dog. Does it really cost that much? He just got a fresh cut. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so maybe he just got a haircut. Yeah, Porsche, everybody's good up in the house except for I haven't gotten mine. Who has time? Um, okay. Bougie Gang, please hit the thumbs up. Okay. And then you guys love my denim jacket from the other night. You guys keep asking me about it. And I have to get it's from I don't know if you can see. This is the tag. Anybody who was interested in this, like 7 people have asked me about this. Hold on. I'll try to get the style number. It's called Cinq à Sept. It's from Nordstrom. So I'll try to get the style number. You guys were it's just a denim jacket. But it's kind of fitted. Did I drop it on the floor? Uh-oh. Okay. It's my fave. Okay. Thank you, you guys. Okay, let me say hi to. Are you guys changing your names? Okay, the Lee Mosley. Okay, is it Lim? Is it Ly Mosley? L.Y. Mosley? Is that it? Am I getting this wrong? Okay, twin mom. The Pasta Rossi. Ah. Leo lady. Okay, I think we're caught up after that. But you guys, thank you. You guys all dropping your member milestones. Thank you. Okay. All right. Um Y'all, if my camera goes out, you know why. I don't know. It was acting weird. I feel like it was overheating. It was overheating. It was weird. And I don't know if it's going to do it again, but it was definitely overheating. Um, okay. YouTube is shadow banning the most randomest shit. Like what particularly? Can you tell us? What do you say shadow banning? What do you mean? Are you guys seeing, let me see if I can moderator. Okay, I should be able to see if sometimes if there's like community moderation, it'll show community moderation. Like if the bots are catching something, is that what you're talking about, Keonse? Okay. All right, it just took I just clicked on something and it took me somewhere weird. Okay. YouTube is chat. Okay. Yes. Okay. So the bots. Okay. So I'm gonna say this. I was live earlier today on Love Lies and Lace Fronts, and that's where we do mom talk. Okay. Um and I did notice because I was not on StreamYard, I was just in YouTube, and I did there were a lot of comments that were like held for review, held for review, held for review. Is that what you're talking about? So I don't normally see that. Sometimes I'm going to be honest, I'm not even looking, especially if I'm like we're reading stuff and going through stuff. I don't always see those, but that's stuff moderators will see. Um, if I'm paying attention to this screen over here, but sometimes I'm not paying as much attention. I'm Nesto bingo card and free nasty, but not today. T-shirt ready. Ah! Okay, guys, let's get into it. Let's read this and then we'll see how far else we can go. I also am glad that I did take a minute to try to redact some of this because there are some addresses and things of that nature that I did not want to have on here, and then just the overuse of the VIN number, which was, can be a trigger to the system. So I wanted to make sure I just did a slight redaction because baby, I ain't got time for that. Now, if you follow me on Patreon, then you might have seen this earlier this morning. I'm y'all, I feel like most of the Nesto documents, if you follow me on Patreon, you have a paid membership, then most of the Nesto documents are pretty much all in there. Now, could I be missing some? Yes. If you are interested in some of these police reports from like back in the day, from when we started doing this stuff, a lot of those police reports are in there. Now, I went down to the crates today because, oh, shit. Okay. Because I wanted to make sure, I wanted to cross reference some of the information that is, okay. I wanted to cross reference some of the information that was in this forfeiture situation. Okay, but let's look at the docket first. 26. Let's look at the docket anyway. All right, let me, before anything happens. All right. Okay. All right. Have you guys heard this or seen this already? All right, Fulton County, where are you? Okay, Fulton County. Let me log in. And I know you guys enjoyed the interview the other night. Like I said, I don't think I've been live since. So we talked a little bit after Will left. Okay, number one, what I was saying before, I appreciate the warm welcome for our guest. I mean, when I talked to Will, I told him I already knew you guys were gonna love it. Um, on multiple different levels. Just they were going to be so over, it was going to be it was going to be a warm reception. um Also, we like to talk cases and all of the things, like that's some of the wheelhouse over here. um and uh I'm sure he felt the love. The comments have been off the chain. I actually was gonna text him or send him an email just to let him know when he has a minute, or maybe his campaign manager, to come through and look at the comments, because I'm sure they'll like that feedback. At the end of the day, the feedback was so positive, and I would hope, I imagine that they would have seen an uptick on their social media. So but yeah, it was so much. I really didn't want to say too much, because sometimes when you're scheduling, you're booking guests. Sometimes it can be a challenge. Sometimes people change their minds. Sometimes schedules don't align. Things fall through and things of that nature. And I pretty much fly solo here for the most part. You know what I'm saying? 98% of the time, your girl is sitting here solo. So having guests is something that I don't have often, not because I don't like guests. It's just, that's just what I'm used to, right? So because I've had cancellations in the past, you know what I mean? And I wasn't even worried about it so much as that I wanted to just make sure that everything was all set, everything was all good. So, and that's what we did. But I also felt like, I was glad to bring a surprise to you guys because y'all deserve it. You guys are the best, and I enjoy you guys so much. And you know, I wanted to bring you guys a little bit of a surprise. So yeah, the fact that we were able to have a little enjoyment on these YouTube streets, why not? Right? Y'all did really deserve it. And y'all look out for me, y'all show up, we have a good time. When I can do something, absolutely. Okay, let's get into this, you guys. So this is y'all came to me and told me that something was going on, like Fran, what's going on? And I was like, what? And okay. So I looked it up, and here it is. Let me share my screen. So apparently there's some sort of civil forfeiture going on. I wish I would have known a little more detail to ask, but I can inquire. Um and we'll see what we can find out, right? Um Plaintiff's original petition. Okay, I do have that. Okay. Apparently there's a case in Fulton County, and it appears to be something that is attached to Nesto's. Hold on a second. Give me one second. Nesto's Elite Private Security, okay? And it pertains to it's the condemnation of money slash automobile. All right. I just wanted to make sure I'm in the right place because we're not going to stay on this page long. Um, and that is, I believe that is the how did they know what your beauty salon was? That's what I think it was. This particular VIN number is giving a 2021 Mercedes G-Wagon, which is more than likely Shirley's G-Wagon, right? Um, and they have attached to Nesto's elite private security because, as we know from the documents, that's who it was registered to, right? Um, let me pivot over here to the actual complaint and let's get into it. Just a second. Okay, let's get to the complaint. Let me make it big. Okay. So it says civil action, right? And it also cites Roswell Police Department 2206. So we know that that's year 22, so 2022. So I did go to my archives, my I went to the basement and I did find, hold on a second. Ooh. Uh, all right, let me take it's like everything. It's like, ooh, everything needs to be redacted. When I tell you stuff, everything needs to have a damn redaction on it. It's like, my lord. Okay. Um. Okay. Let me do this. Okay. So you see this 2206 000551, right? Hopefully you can see that now. Okay. All right. 2206 000551. And then here we got 2206 000551. So I think I actually have the police report or the investigation report that coincides with this. Cause I was just like, okay, like I just had, my mind starts going and I always have questions. Okay. So this is the complaint for the forfeiture. This was filed on January 16th. Now, where this is going, I don't know. Let's see. Let me just check one other thing. So right now it's April. They said that there was supposed to be something in 60 days. Um so it looks like everybody got their service. I guess we're just waiting to see what the next move is. I guess basically, so they filed the complaint. They served everybody of interest, which would be Nesto at the jail, which is so funny. You guys are gonna die laughing when you see this portion. Um, and then they served Gail Bickham, which I think Gail Bickham is really listed as a victim at this point. They're seeing, she's a victim, and the woman Brianna, who was a registered agent of the Nesto's elite private security. So we'll get into it and then you'll see what I'm talking about as we're going. Okay. So this is a civil forfeiture action. Oh, and by the way, who filed this? There's a new, I don't want to say character, but there's a new somebody who I'd never heard of. A gentleman by the name of Grant Rood or Rod or so Rood, maybe Rood. He is from obviously Fulton County. He is the chief senior assistant district attorney, major crimes and high profile case division, civil forfeiture unit. Grant is a native Atlantan and obtained his bachelor's in political science in history and political science from the University of Georgia. He thereafter worked overseas before returning to Georgia and obtaining his Juris Doctor degree from Emory University. So are we seeing I think Will said he went to Emory, right? Grant has served the state of Georgia as a prosecutor in Fulton County District Attorney's Office for the past 5 years. Before joining the Civil Forfeiture Unit, Grant was assigned the major case unit where he prosecuted and handled some of the country's most complicated homicide and murder cases. A proud resident of Fulton County, Grant now serves the state of Georgia, Fulton County, and its citizens in the civil forfeiture unit. Okay. Okay. So this is who is managing this particular action against Nesto's elite private security. Okay. And then a alleged owner or interest holder. I think Gail Bickham is on here more so as it pertains to interest, having an interest in this particular item. Okay. And the asset at issue is the Mercedes Benz, and the perceived owner is going to be Nesto and the folks surrounding that particular situation, and an interested party would be Miss Gail Bickham. Okay. Complaint for forfeiture. Okay, let's get into it. The state of Georgia, pursuant to OCGA 91612, by and through its counsel, Fonnie T, everyone can get it, Willis, district attorney for the Atlanta Judicial Circuit, and the undersigned hereby files this complaint for forfeiture and shows this honorable court the following. Fonnie T. Willis is district attorney for Atlanta Judicial Circuit, Fulton County, Georgia, and is the proper party to bring this action of the state of Georgia. Let me turn off my camera just to preserve it from getting too hot. Okay. Um, that's number one. Number two, venue for this action is with Fulton County Superior Court. Defendant personal property described as a 2021 Mercedes-Benz G550, VIN number ending in 9713, was seized on or about blank in Fulton County, Georgia. You guys, I shouldn't even have to tell you what date. What date was Shirley at the beauty salon over there to Panay's? November 1st, right? Hold on a second. We gonna need to. Okay, we know this is like. Hello? Okay. I was like, okay, well, that would be Shirley's truck now. Okay. That would be it. That was the one that was seized on November 1st, 2022 at the booty salon. Okay. Um, I wonder if I do this, is it gonna give me the actual. Okay, hold on. Let me let me see. I was trying to see if that corresponds with what we know to be the Panay salon. Anyway, okay, let's keep going. Okay. So, defendant personal property described as 2021 Mercedes-Benz G550 with the VIN number ending in 9713 was seized at or about blank Fulton County, Georgia, November 1st, 2022 by Roswell Police Department. We might have to go back and revisit those phone calls because we remember November 1st, Nesto got the call. Shirley told him what happened when she went to go get her hair done, and he immediately called Sonia and told her what happened. So ma'am should know exactly what this is all about. I wonder how Ponytail is going to explain this truck thing. Number four, this honorable court has jurisdiction over defendant personal property and this action. Number five, the search and seizure of defendant personal property occurred pursuant to and in the course of the aforementioned law enforcement officer's official duties. Defendant personal property is located within Fulton County and in the actual. Oh, hold on a second. All right. Defendant personal property is located within Fulton County in the actual or constructive custody of the Roswell Police Department. Okay. Number 7. The registered owner of defendant personal property, the 2021 Mercedes-Benz G550, is Nesto Elite Private Security LLC. The address listed for Nesto Elite Private Security is blank Peachtree Road in Atlanta, Georgia. That location is now, I think that's the location that is now known as the nail salon. Okay. Okay. Number 8, Nesto's Elite Private Security LLC is not an LLC registered in the state of Georgia. Number 9, however, Nesto's Elite Private Security was an LLC organized and registered in the state of Georgia with its principal office address as blank Peachtree. That's the operative. Number 10, on information and belief, the 2021 Mercedes-Benz G550 ending in 9713 is owned by Nesto's Elite Private Security, doing business as Nesto's Elite Private Security LLC. And keep noticing they keep referencing this Roswell Police Department number, right? So we'll get to that later or another time, but we've actually gone over that particular report, but it's been a long time. Okay. Number 11, Nesto's Elite Private Security LLC was organized in the state of Georgia by filing its articles of organization with the Secretary of State of Georgia. Number 12, Articles of Organization for Nesto's Elite Private Security LLC lists Brianna Jordan. We've heard her name and seen her name before as the registered agent and Earnest Williams as the organizer. Number 13, Nesto's Elite Private Security LLC was administratively dissolved October 28th, 2022 by the Secretary of State of Georgia. Number 14, pursuant to OCGA 1421 and John C. Wilson versus Regions Bank, service upon an administratively dissolved limited liability company is proper through its registered agent at the time of dissolution. Okay. At the time of the number 15, at the time of the administrative dissolution, Brianna Jordan was still listed as registered agent for Nesto's Elite Private Security with the Office of the Secretary of State of Georgia. On information and belief, Brianna Jordan can be located and served as the registered agent of Nesto's Elite Private Security at blankety blank. In addition to Brianna Jordan, the plaintiff, state of Georgia, will serve a copy of this complaint for forfeiture and summons to OCGA 911-4 and 916-12, subsection B and 2, upon Earnest Williams, because Earnest Williams was a president or officer or a managing agent of Nesto's Elite Private Security LLC. Earnest Williams can be located and served with a copy of this complaint for forfeiture and a summons on behalf of Nesto's Elite Private Security at booking number 221-0030, Fulton County Jail. Now, is Nesto at Fulton County Jail? Well, technically he is, because he's a Fulton County inmate. He's a Fulton County incarcerated person. And he is housed at Cobb County, but he's really not a Cobb County inmate. Right? He's Fulton County. So he gets his mail through Fulton County. Right? Okay. So he can be served, and I believe he was, because the streets are talking, right? And apparently Nesto reached out to his boo thing, his side piece, and asked her to look into this, do some further research. Okay. But apparently he was served through this particular address because he got it. Okay. How do I know? Because the streets are talking. Okay. Streets are talking and the streets are DMing and inboxing and emailing. Okay. As discussed later in this complaint, number 19, for forfeiture, Ernest Williams used money and property he obtained from Gail Bickham through acts of racketeering activity as collateral and trade ins for defendant property, a 2021 Mercedes Benz G550 ending in VIN number 9713. As such, Ms. Bickham may be an injured person, i.e., a victim, right? As defined in OG 91616. I guess we should look that up, but I'm assuming it probably says something to that effect. Okay. OCGA 91616 basically says, as used in this code section, the term injured person means a person who suffered a pecuniary loss or a physical injury due to a violation of code section 16546. In the event that such person is a child or deceased, the provisions are in subparagraph B and C. Okay, if an injured person is provided contact information pursuant to Chapter 17, Title 17, the state attorney shall serve every known and injured person, and he or she has not previously been served with a copy of the complaint for forfeiture and the notice of such person's right of intervention at least 30 days prior to the entry of the final judgment. So basically, they're serving her and have identified her as a potential injured party. Notwithstanding the distribution of forfeiture proceeds as set forth by the code, any injured person shall have a right or claim on the forfeited property or to the proceeds superior to any right of the claim of the state or the local government. So, how I'm reading this, to enforce such claim, the injured person must intervene in the civil forfeiture proceeding prior to the entry of the final judgment. So maybe she just needs to make sure that she gets in contact with the civil forfeiture office to make sure that they obviously they know she exists and they are labeling her as an injured party, but she probably needs to go ahead and make sure she reaches out accordingly. Gail, if you haven't, you probably do need to, because she gets first dibs. It sounds like she gets first dibs, if in fact they are able to liquidate this property or whatever they're going to do with it. Okay. Anyway, Gail Bickham can be served with a copy of this complaint for forfeiture or summons at blankety blank. Okay. Ernest Williams met Gail Bickham in or about 2015. Williams told Bickham that he had started a new business involving motor coaches. Girl, I was about to say motorcycles, motor coaches. In 2018, Williams contacted Bickham via Instagram and inquired as to how she was employed. Bickham responded that she was working in real estate and was looking to start her own company. Bickham informed Williams that she needed to connect with people with a certain skill set. During 2018 conversations, William told Bickham that he could help her find new investors for her business and also offered help in finding a location for her business. Williams told Bickham she needed to upgrade her image so that she could go to the next level in her business. According to Williams, this part this partly entailed the purchase of a new car. At the time, In 2021, Bickham's owned a Mercedes-Benz free and clear of any lien. Williams convinced Bickham to sign the title to this car over to him so that he could sell or trade the vehicle to improve her image. Hold on. Y'all, okay. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. Additionally, Williams convinced Bickham in 2021 to wire $90,000 in US currency to purchase a 1998. I don't even understand. At that point, the thing would have been 23 years old. Additionally, Williams convinced Bickham in 2021 to wire $90,000 in US currency to purchase a 1998 Prevost Royale motor coach Wildcat from Wildcat RV sales so that she could, according to Williams, meet with clients. This vehicle was titled in the name of Nesto's Elite Private Security, LLC. Title was never transferred from Nesto's Elite Private Security to Gail Bickham, nor did Bickham ever have possession of the 1998 Prevost Royale coach. Who meets with clients on motor coaches? People who sell motor coaches. Maybe I would almost feel like I'm gonna go on a stretch here. NASCAR teams. I mean, I live in NASCAR country. I know a lot of you guys do too. Some of these teams have beautiful motor coaches that they travel all around the country and use for different things. I'm sure there's people there. There might be some businesses. I don't know that a real estate agent would need that unless I don't know that a real estate agent would need something like that. But you know what? Nesto was at the time engaging in some fuckery, I'm going to just say. And also, he was calling himself some sort of concierge. What was he calling himself? Some sort of concierge image consultant. I think he was trying to run around and be damn Kevin Samuels, life coach, credit repair. He was trying to do anything and everything to get people separated from their cash is what it seemed like to me. What I can surmise, because I actually let me pivot for just one second. I went to the hold on. I went and pulled this for just a second. This was the response to the fruit of the poisonous tree brief, the 277-page document from Mr. Will Wooten, the fruit of the poisonous tree brief, right? The one that took us 2 days to read, the 277 pages. And there is a police report here. I'm not gonna go into all the details, but they give a description of a black male, 5'10", 190 pounds. Okay. And the date is 1/22/18, and it's the city of Atlanta. Theft by deception! Exclamation mark. Ernest Williams deceitfully swindled me out of $10,000. Hold on, let me make it big so y'all can read it for the people in the back. Theft by deception! Exclamation mark. Ernest Williams deceitfully swindled me out of $10,000 by creating a false impression of liquid assets and perpetuating a myth of financial stability. Did you contact the police? Yes. Agency, Atlanta CID, and I think that's Criminal Investigation Department. That's what I've learned in the last couple of weeks, that CID means Criminal Investigations Department. Okay. We're not going to, I'm just, okay. Let's go back. Let's go back to the original complaint. I mean, I could pull more. Okay. It's just the voluminous amount of receipts for me. Anyway, okay. What was number 26? I got caught up. Okay. Yes, he was convincing Gail at the time that she needed the motor coach to meet with clients. Number 27. Later in 2021, Williams, through Nesto's Elite Private Security LLC, purchased a 2002 Prevost Liberty motor coach from Premium Coach Group in Gilbert, Arizona, for $210,000 in U.S. currency. This purchase price was funded largely in part by Nesto's Elite Private Security LLC, trading in the 1998 Prevost Royale motor coach purchased with Bickham's money and the Mercedes Benz Bickham had signed over to Williams. This 2002 Prevost Liberty motor coach was then registered in the name of Nesto's Elite Private Security. Are you guys keeping up? Make sure you hit the thumbs up if you're here. If you're here, you're keeping up. You're, let's see, one of the 200 that have not yet hit the like button yet. Go ahead and hit the like button if you're not subscribed to this channel. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure your notifications are set so that when I go live and these notifications are not notificationing, maybe you'll get one. Okay. And also, for the 2 times, make sure to hit the thumbs up for me. It's very much appreciated. It helps. Okay. All right. Let's see. We have a few. We have a few more that did. So just to the people in the back, make sure to hit the thumbs up. Thank you. Okay. This purchase was funded largely in part by Nesto's Elite Security. So basically, what they are illustrating here is that we're seeing the trail of Gail Bickham's money. Correct? Gail Bickham gave $90,000 cash money and a Mercedes that was free of any lien, that was basically like handing over more cash, right? And taking that currency and taking that vehicle, he funded the initial car, the 98 Prevost Royale, and then subsequently traded in the 98 Prevost Royale for the 2002 Prevost Liberty, right? So that's where we're at right now. Okay. This 2002 Prevost Liberty motor coach was then registered in the name of Nesto's Elite Private Security LLC. Williams told Bickham that he purchased the 2002 Prevost Liberty motor coach as an upgrade to her business that she never got, right? On June 30th, 2022, Williams purchased in the name of Nesto's Elite Private Security LLC, defendant personal property, 2021 Mercedes-Benz G550 ending in the VIN 9713 for $189,000 and $165. Okay. Williams funded the purchase of defendant property, 2021 Mercedes-Benz G550 ending in 9713, by trading the Prevost Liberty valued at $165,000 and a 2009 Freightliner truck valued at $28,000. Williams never informed Bickham of the purchase of the defendant's personal property, 2021 Mercedes-Benz G550 9713, and refused all written requests by Bickham to return the money and vehicle she had given him. And we read that, right, in multiple documents, right? So here we are at the specifics of the crimes committed. In or about 2021, Williams unlawfully took a Mercedes-Benz from Gail Bickham with the intention of depriving said owner of said property by receiving the vehicle and registering the car in his own name. He obtained this vehicle through his use of false pretenses of him selling or trading the vehicle in order to improve her business image, when in fact he had no such intent to use the vehicle or its proceeds for that purpose. This constituted a violation of OCGA 1682. In or about 2021, Williams, through Nesto's Elite Private Security LLC, unlawfully obtained the 1998 Prevost Royale coach by using false pretenses of improving Gail Bickham's image and thereby convincing Bickham to wire money to a dealership for the purchase of the 1998 Prevost Royale coach. He never intended to use the coach to benefit Miss Gail Bickham. The vehicle was always intended by Williams for his own use. This constituted a violation of OCGA 1682. First violation of Georgia RICO Act, this is number 34. The plaintiff incorporates by reference of paragraph 1 through 33 of this complaint as if fully set forth herein. Nesto's Private Security LLC acquired and maintained directly and indirectly an interest in and control of multiple pieces of personal property, including defendant's personal property 2021 Mercedes-Benz G550 through a pattern of racketeering activity by taking U.S. currency and a 2021 Mercedes-Benz from Gail Bickham through deceit. That means lies. Okay. Number 36. Pursuant to OCGA 1614.3, pattern of racketeering activity, well, I guess subsection 4A, pattern of racketeering activity means engaging in at least two acts of racketeering activity in furtherance of one or more incidents, schemes, that's why they're called the scheme team, or transactions that have the same or similar intent, result, accomplices, victims, or methods of commission, or otherwise are interrelated by distinguishing characteristics and are not isolated incidents, provided that at least one of such acts occur after July 1st of 1980, and that the last of such acts occurred within 4 years after the commission of a prior act. So for the people who are like, well, how is this a pattern of racketeering activity? How does this qualify for the Georgia RICO? I mean, number 36 says it right here. If you just take it one by one, that's it. That's all. Okay. Number 37, pursuant to OCGA 1643 5A, racketeering activity means to commit, to attempt to commit, or to solicit, coerce, or intimidate another person to commit a certain specified crimes which are chargeable by indictment under the laws of Georgia. Let me think about that for a second. Pursuant to OCGA 1614.3, racketeering activity means to commit, so to do oneself, right? To attempt to commit, or to solicit, coerce, or intimidate another person. So solicit, like, hey, can you pretend to be a lawyer for me and make me some fake documents? Do you mind? I got a dispossessory hearing happening and I need a lawyer because we haven't been paying rent through COVID and we have to go to a hearing and I don't want to pay for a lawyer. Let me give you a couple of names you might be able to, however it happened, to solicit, to have an invoice. I'm breaking in right here. Number 37, let's just put a little let's put a thumbtack on this one, right? Do we remember a conversation once upon a time? Maybe if you're in members, you might remember. There was a conversation between a certain somebody, a certain blogger, and their new friend, their new bestie, who stated that, and also a conversation with same bestie, i.e. side piece to her, to the person mentioned as the president of Nesto's Elite Security, that there was an email that she saw in his account from the person who was convicted of identity theft of a April Holloway. Do we remember hearing Sonia on a couple of occasions? Does anyone recall hearing Sonia mention on more than one occasion that Nestos had in his email a invoice from April Holloway, but it was, I'm assuming it was Erica Kang. Okay. People were saying yes, they recall. Okay. Multiple jail calls where Sonia was questioning why the individual convicted of identity theft for the actual attorney, April Holloway, who does not even practice in the state of Atlanta, who is a victim as well of this unfortunate scheme team, that someone had issued a invoice for legal services. That's interesting. But the legal services were rendered to Nestos. Okay. Interesting. I don't know, that just popped in my mind for a second. Okay. Let's get back to the Farrah, what did you make? Oh, can I have one? Oh, you did? Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, number 37. Can you get me a bottle of water? Can I get a water? Y'all, I'm trying to get my assistant. I don't know if my assistant is off today. I know she's on spring break, but I'm trying to get my assistant to at least bring me a bottle of water. Okay. Number 37, pursuant to, just chew on this, guys. Pursuant to OCGA 1614.3, racketeering activity means to commit, to attempt, to commit, or to solicit, coerce, or intimidate another person to commit certain specified crimes which are chargeable by indictment under Georgia law. Okay. So when people say things like, well, that was her, she did that. I guess this is probably that OCGA 16, excuse me, OCGA 1614.3 subsection 5A, correct? Williams, number 38, Williams committed, attempted to commit, or solicited, coerced, or intimidated another person to commit the following such crimes for the benefit of himself and his organizations. Nestos, Elite Private Security. Unlawfully taking a 2021 Mercedes Benz, the property of Gail Bickham, with the intention of depriving said owner of said property in violation of OCGA 1682, defined as racketeering activity pursuant to OCGA 1614.3. Unlawfully obtaining U.S. currency, the property of Gail Bickham, with the intention of depriving said owner of said property, OCGA 1682, defined as racketeering activity pursuant to OCGA 1614.3. These acts of racketeering include, thank you, dear. I appreciate it, baby. Thank you. These acts of racketeering activity include, but are not limited to, the acts detailed in paragraph 21 through 33. You bought me 2 bottles of water? Oh, thank you, baby. Okay. These acts of racketeering activity were two or more in number. Williams committed at least one of these acts of racketeering activity within 5 years prior to the filing of this complaint. Williams committed, attempted to commit, solicited, coerced, intimidated another person to commit these acts of racketeering activity in furtherance of one or more incidents, schemes, or transactions that had the same or similar intents, results, accomplices, victims, or methods of commission, or otherwise were interrelated by distinguishing characteristics and were not isolated incidents. These acts of racketeering activity had the same and similar intents, including but not limited to the unlawful taking and maintaining control over United States currency and motor vehicles. These acts of racketeering activity had the same or similar victims, including but not limited to Gail Bickham. These acts of racketeering were interrelated and distinguishing characteristics and were not isolated incidents. These acts of racketeering were motivated by pecuniary gain. The efforts of these acts of racketeering activity was economic injury to one or more citizens of Georgia, including but not limited to Gail Bickham. Claim for forfeiture. Plaintiff incorporates by reference of paragraph 1 through 47 of this complaint and as fully set forth herein, pursuant to OCGA 1614-7, pursuant to OCGA 1614-7, any proceeds a pattern of racketeering activity shall be subject to forfeiture. Any proceeds from a pattern of racketeering, but it just says any proceeds a pattern of racketeering activity shall be subject to forfeiture. As set forth above, defendant personal property 2021 Mercedes-Benz G550 9713 is property that is proceeds of Ernest Williams and a pattern of racketeering activity. Nesto's elite private security was controlled by Williams, is not an innocent owner of defendant personal property 2021 Mercedes-Benz G550 ending in 9713. They say, according to this civil forfeiture, they're just going on because I mean they have indicted him, but he has not been proven guilty in a court of law. But according to what they say, this is what this document says. Nesto's Elite Private Security LLC, as controlled by Williams, is not an innocent owner of defendant property 2021 Mercedes-Benz G550 ending in 9713. Wherefore the state of Georgia prays, this is what they would like. But based on all of what they're saying, this is what they're asking for. That service of process issue directing any and all persons. Portia! The service of process. Oh, Jesus. Okay, y'all, just a second. Girl, that brown truck. They know FedEx, Amazon, and UPS. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. That's Portia. Enough. Sarah, send them outside, please, for a minute. That service. Portia. It's like she came over here to tell me something on Lambo. That service of process issue directing any and all persons, corporations, or other entities claiming an interest in defendant personal property to appear and answer this complaint within the time allowed by law. Okay. So basically, this is a public notification that if you have any interest in this particular situation as it pertains to this Mercedes and Nesto or Nesto's private security, blah, 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 that service of process issue directing any and all persons, corporations, or other entities claiming an interest in defendant personal property to appear and answer this complaint within the time allowed by law. That the court hold a hearing within 60 days, which I don't think that happened. That hasn't happened yet. But it looks like everyone has been served. I'll go back and look at the docket. That the court hold a hearing within 60 days of service of this complaint as provided by OCGA 91612. Oops, am I going the right way? I went too far too fast. Okay. C, that the court enter a judgment in favor of the state of Georgia declaring the property listed herein as defendant in Remby forfeited to the state of Georgia. Hold on. Okay, in rem or in rem is Latin for against a thing. Okay. In a legal term, for a lawsuit directed at property or status, rather a specific person, it gives courts jurisdiction to determine ownership, title, or rights regarding real or personal property located within their district, binding all parties. Okay. So this right here, they're asking, C, is that they're asking the court to enter a judgment in favor of the state of Georgia, declaring the property herein as defendant in rem or in rem be forfeited to the state of Georgia. That the court order any claimant who fails to establish that a substantial portion of the claimant's interest is exempt from forfeiture to pay to the state of Georgia the actual costs incurred in the investigation and prosecution of this action, including reasonable attorney's fees as provided by OCGA 91620B. That the court retain jurisdiction to direct the proper disposition and distribution of the property which is forfeited as provided by OCGA 9169, and the state of Georgia be afforded such other relief and remedies as are available under the law and for due process to ensure the forfeiture. Respectfully submitted this blank day of January 26th. But we know that this was stamped in and on the docket as of January 16th, I believe it was. If you're coming in late, this was stamped in January 16, 2026 in the clerk of court's office. Okay. That's the case number. And then this is coming from the desk of Mr. Grant Rood, or who, I guess it's Rood, ROOD, and he's a deputy DA. And who is Mr. Grant? Mr. Grant is from the Major Crimes and High Profile Case Division, Civil Forfeiture Unit. Okay. Okay. So basically, this is what I think. Hold on, I'll turn my camera back on. Now, as it pertains to this particular complaint, um, the incident report or police report that they have filed. Hold on. Okay. Um, as far as according to the Roswell Police Department, now what is that? What does that look like, or what does that mean? Um, let me go look. Hold on. So I did find that particular incident report, specifically the one that they have mentioned. There's a lot. There's a lot of police reports from Roswell Police Department. Um, I'm I I feel like we read this one live. We read several. Um, let's see. Okay. All right, let's go back to this here. Okay. This is what I don't know. This is my thought. I based on this document, I think they feel like they have sufficient receipts to show the money trail of Shirley's Mercedes. Like it's just obvious that they have the receipts that substantiate that the Mercedes was purchased using the assets of Gail Bickham. That's what I'm reading. Is that what you guys are getting based on what I read? So based on what I read, it's giving that they are basically claiming the seized vehicle at this point because it was already impounded, but now it's like they're claiming ownership of it. Like not ownership, but they're taking legal custody of it for the purposes of making the victim, of which the deception, the scheme, took her funds, took her money, and seizing this particular item, which has a direct money trail or receipt trail into their custody to be able to liquidate that, to be able to make her whole, okay, or at least try to give her some sort of monies back, because she is a injured party, right? Hello to all. Hello. When is the trial? I don't know. I don't know. I think I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. It says, according to the docket, it says next week. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. It might be next week. And if it is, good. That would be awesome. We know, like, we know that 2 years ago, because it's been almost 2 years now since the indictment. If it's not 2 years already, has it been 2 years yet? We know 2 years ago that when Judge Dunaway, I think was that July, it was like July or June or July of 2024, after the indictment, and they had their first kind of hearing, and Judge Dunaway asked how much time did they need to go ahead and get started. And Will Wooten said he was ready. The state's ready. He said the state was ready a year and a half ago. So it does say trial on the docket. So if that's the case, I mean, it could be starting next week. I think, and I'm probably, we talked about this. I feel like 2 days ago, you guys asked me when is the trial. So I don't know if you were here or not, but definitely if, I'm not sure who I would just say check back next week. If you're kind of checking in, here and there, whatever, just check back next week and maybe we'll know something. I mean, I don't know. My answer is not going to change unless the docket changes. I don't know anything. Um, right. Okay. You stay ready, you don't have to get ready, okay? It's giving me can prove you stole that lady's money to buy your pretend wife a Mercedes. Um, yeah, yeah. Or that yeah, I mean you basically it was look, and if they want to say, well, hey, business deals fall through, things happen, blah blah blah. Why are there 20 other documented stories? Why are there all of these police reports with people going down to police stations, writing your name down, saying that we had a deal? You told me you were going to do something and it didn't get done. We had a deal. You said you were going to sell me a car. You said you were going to do this. You said you were going to do that. And something always seems to like, why is there always a police report with your name on it with somebody having a gripe about something that you did not do? Can you explain? Like, do any of you guys, there's 425 of you guys and 436, do any of you guys out here have multiple police reports at multiple police stations in multiple states where people have felt inclined and have grievances against you to where they are filing reports with your name on them? Does anyone, can anyone put their hand up and say, that's me? That's not normal. That doesn't just happen. You don't just have multiple people, multiple counties, multiple states, multiple grievances, filling out reports with your name. That just doesn't happen unless you're doing something. Everybody can't be picking on you. Hello? I'm just saying, everybody can't be picking on one person, and everybody can't have gotten together to tell a lie on one person and all have the same story and don't know each other and all of these things. I mean, this is okay. So yeah, he has court next week. That we know. So because we had the deputy district attorney Will Wooten here the night before last. If you missed it, go back to the last live. Deputy Will Wooten was actually here, and he said that there is court next week, and we'll know more after next week. That was basically that's what he said. He said there's court next week, and we'll know more next week. Less than 400 likes. Well, okay. You guys, we got about 100. 100. Won't you come? If you learned something new today, if you saw a receipt that you seen before, if the receipts are receipting, can you go ahead and hit the like button? Okay. Everybody isn't a hater. Absolutely not. No. No. It's just receipts. I mean, the receipts don't lie. I mean, they just don't. If you if they went to, which I'm sure they did all of their due diligence, and they went from the one RV dealership to the next RV dealership. They pulled the paperwork. They probably pulled the VIN numbers, which obviously the VIN number is very important here. Um, I'm going to say they probably did somewhat of a whatever is a, the Carfax that they would pull, or some sort of whatever agency governs VINs that law enforcement would potentially use. I'm sure they're not using Carfax, but a law enforcement derivative of Carfax. They can trace the ownership, and then from that ownership, you can trace the transactions. Even if you're just looking at from ownership from here to here, and then what was procured from here to here, and there's a direct correlation. I mean, that's more than circumstantial evidence. So, I don't know if he has to be found guilty. I think, whether in the criminal court they find him guilty of frauding Gail Bickham, at the minimum, she has produced enough receipts to show that she had a contract or some sort of business dealings with him, and that he was supposed to supply a service, a product, something tangible, and nothing ever happened, and all of that documentation that supports it. We know that she has it because we saw it in the 277-page document. If you're wondering what the 277-page document is, I think it's posted in Patreon. I believe it is. And also we read it. Okay. And it's posted in the playlist. It's posted in the playlist, and it's a two-parter because it took us 2 days to read it because it had the mother load. I think that's probably the most receipts I've ever seen. It had hold on. It had, what was it, all the way to ZZ? It had it had so many exhibits, it was ridiculous. Okay? It was absolutely ridiculous. Hold on. Remember the last page of it? Remember the last page, you guys? Hold on. I feel like the last page was Nesto's mugshot, wasn't it? Hold on. Let me just make sure I'm not showing anything I'm not supposed to show. No bond. Do you see that? It says no bond. Theft of services, fraud. My lord. Okay. Why is it turned that way? Because I don't want to turn it right now. That's just the way it is on the actual document. But what page was that? This was page 276 of 277. And hold on a second. Let me pop this off. We went through this whole thing. Okay. Let's see. I feel like that wasn't, and in this document, wasn't this the document that had the picture of him and Erica Kang sitting at the desk? That's where we got that picture from. Hold on, I'll find it. Hold on, I'll wait. No, I'm just kidding. This was the one where this is the one where the pictures were included. Let's see, Melody Scretchen. These are the Melody Scretchen reports. Hold on, let's see. Laura's trucks. I mean, he's got every receipt and warrant in here. It's, you know what I would like to read though again is the Danielle Diamonds, the cashier's check for this, that, and the third. Let's see. I'm gonna have to scroll through this again, but we went through this whole thing. Now I know that there were some receipts that we just could not humanly possible go through everything. I wonder if they have the receipt. I wonder if they found the bill of purchase. They had to have found the bill of purchase for the Mercedes 550 GL, right? Because they know he paid for it with those funds because well, I guess they would have, because when he purchased the Mercedes, he traded that 2002 Prevost. I wonder if that's in here. What? Hold on. Why do I think I'm at that page? Uh-oh. Why am I on that page? Why why did I just all of a sudden end up on the page with the trade-ins? Hold on a second. Let's see. Oh, from Wade Ford. Remember Wade Ford? That's where he got the F-350, but he bought Shirley's Mercedes Benz from Wade Ford too. Hold on a second. Y'all, it's one of those if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Let me just scan through it one more time because I want to make sure I don't have anything on here because I hate when that happens. Okay. Uh, yeah, they went to Wade. They must have gone to Wade Ford. Okay, 2021 Mercedes truck. Ooh, serial number. Okay. Serial number. Ooh, model number. Okay. It's all in this. Okay, so Wade Ford. Hold on, let me make it big. 6/30/22. Nestos Elite Private Security. Used 2021 Mercedes-Benz truck 550. They X'd out the serial number and they got the trade in. They did the trade in. And what did they trade in? The Prevost Liberty and the Freightliner. I mean, they got a trail of receipts. The trail of receipts is there. Remember there was a call too. I don't know if phone calls from prison is doing some editing and listening right now. I need so remember when I'm trying to put my thinking cap on. Wasn't there a call? There was a call. Once upon a time I remember Sonia talking to Nesto and remember like it was something about when he was mad about buying that car. He purchased it, but he was mad about it. And he was telling Sonia he was mad about it because she wanted a certain car and whoop de woo. And she could have had this or she could have had that. Maybe it was around the time that right after her car got impounded and he was telling her to go get the F-350, go pick it up. And he knew something 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 and he was basically like basically almost trash talking a little bit that he bought that G-Wagon but and like she's too good to drive the F-350 and I think she wanted to buy okay, maybe it was something like this, like after her car got impounded and she needed to go get another car and she would like to get another G-Wagon, but she knows she couldn't afford it or something like that. And I don't know, he was telling Sonya about it, but it was almost giving the impression that like maybe she was aware or she was in the mix or somewhere in the zone the time when he actually made the purchase of this vehicle. Are y'all remembering? Because we've heard so many calls at so many different times. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, my God, we've seen and heard so much. Okay, but that was the Wade Ford receipt. Hold on. Let's see what else we're seeing over here. Girl, not okay. Let me see if I can find the picture with Erica Kang. Him and Erica Kang sitting at the desk. I'll post this again in Patreon, or I'll bubble it up one way or the other. I feel like it's already in here, but I'll bubble it up again. Mm-mm-mm. All these receipts. I mean, the receipts were ridiculous. If you've never seen that video where we went through this whole document, I'm telling you, it will really blow your mind. It was mind blowing. It was, if you are like, what's the actual evidence? What do they have on Ernest? I mean, all jokes aside, whatever, whatever, whatever. What is it? What's really going on here? It's this. It's all of this. That answers all of the questions. I mean, there's so much in here. It's absolutely just ridiculous. And then as far as Nesto, who he is as a person and his as far as his criminal resume, that was all in the intrinsic evidence filing. That one was that was a lot. Um okay. I have to go back through this. If I can find some things that I think are of interest, maybe we'll go back through some of these. I know we went through most of these receipts. I don't know if we stopped on every receipt. I think it took us as long as it did, not because it was 2 days worth of reading. I think partially we were flipping back and forth. So when we were reading, and it would mention a particular receipt, we would go to said receipt. I had it up on like two screens and we were reading. And if it mentioned a receipt, we would go to the receipt and we would read the receipt. So that was one of the reasons why it took us as long as it did, because we were in real time, not just reading the brief, but we were also bringing to life the receipts as well. Um, okay. All right, hold on a second. Let me do this. This will be fun. She was the VIN changed from the G wagon. So, okay. I'm wondering if at a certain point, so this G wagon right here, hold on. This G wagon right here, I don't know if this G wagon, hold on. This G wagon here, I don't know that this is Shirley's G wagon, because keep in mind, I mean, he could have parked it there, but keep in mind, this is at Pine Grove Road. Shirley says she never even, oh no, this isn't Pine Grove, this is Bent Creek. So I wonder, is that couldn't have been it, because that he got her that Mercedes. Didn't he had just bought her that Mercedes in June. They were already gone from Pine Grove Road, weren't they? They had already defaulted on that Pine Grove Road. Let me go back. Hold on. Let's see. They had already been evicted from Pine Grove Road at that point. So I don't know. Wait, hold on. Let's look at the receipt and see what the color is, what it says on the Wade Ford receipt regarding the vehicle. Hold on. Let's go back. So there is some info. So there was a police report that mentioned a VIN number of a G Wagon, and it said that it was illegally changed to VIN number this and VIN number that. I would almost say keep in mind, and also I think those VIN numbers were 2011s. Shirley's latest truck was a 2021 allegedly, so that might not have been the same. So on that police report with the VIN number that was changed to another VIN number, that might not have been this truck, because this guy had multiple vehicles. So it might have been a different. Let's see. I'll pull those too, but I think I bubbled up that video yesterday. Somebody asked me about that video yesterday and it was in members only. Um just because it was a snippet of another video and I just made like a excerpt of it and put it in members, And okay, the dispossessory at Bent Creek happened. Mm, that's not it. Okay. Okay, Wade Ford. Let's see. It was white. Now, could this have been wrapped? According to this, hold on. Look at the color of the car. It's white. It's white. You see that? It's white. So I don't know. And I mean, the G Wagons for a long time looked, I mean, you couldn't really tell the difference. I mean, now they look different, but it's a 2011 versus a 2021. I don't know. I mean, that's 10 years, but they did keep that model very specific for a long time. Okay, let's go look at that video really quick. Hold on a second. Let me Okay, hold on. Um the thing with the changing VIN numbers, hold on. That's not I don't know that that was necessarily Shirley's car. That was just I think that was another car that they were dealing with. And that might have just been one of the many cars where there was tampering. I'll say it like that. Um okay. Okay, just one second, guys. Okay. Okay, so that one was which police report is this? So there was a hmm. They have it documented on here. I don't want to show this because it says Pine Grove Road on it. Like it's got the full address and the system has been super sensitive to addresses lately. Um, let me see if I can pull it. The police report. Which police report is this? Okay. Hmm. Okay, I'm looking at a police report. It's a Roswell Police Department report 2307000386. Hold on, let me just make sure it doesn't have anything on this page. Cuz I just pulled this up. and this is like as it was sent to me, so I haven't done any redactions of it. Okay, let's see. Okay, listen to this. I'm sure I read this before. I began my investigation of case number 2206. Oh, okay, listen guys. Okay. I'm sure this is posted somewhere. This is incident investigation report 2307 00386. It says, I'll just start from the top. Let's just go ahead and read it. On July 7th, 2022, I arrested on an outstanding warrant for theft by deception. Okay. On July 7th, 2022, Ernest Williams, I arrested on an outstanding warrant for theft by deception. Williams had been renting a home on 980 Pine Grove Road and had not been paying rent. The landlord, Mark Kroll, filed a report with Roswell Police Department stating that Williams owed $26,000. I'm going to skip some things. Kroll stated that he believed there was an illicit activity happening in the home located on Pine Grove Road, as there were multiple vehicles sitting in the driveway that included a Bentley, two Harley Davidsons, and an ambulance. Kroll stated that he conducted a walkthrough per his home rental agreement and stated that there was hardly any furniture in the house, and the home looked as if no one was living there, but the tenants had been there for 3 months. I began my investigation on case 2206 000551. Sound familiar? That was what was on the case that we just read, right? Hold on. That's this case right here, right? 226 00551, and it's on the bottom of every page, right? Um Hold on, let me just uh okay. This is the one I'm reading from now. I began my investigation onto case 2206 00051 and conducted a search warrant. Subsequent search warrant 030244, subsequent to Williams' arrest on his vehicle, which is registered to his wife, Shirley Strawberry, a white 2017 Ford F-350 dually truck, assigned Georgia license plate, blank, VIN number ending in 7732. While conducting the search, there were multiple items seized, including a GTAC computer, iPhone, a black bag with various documents. Other items found in the vehicle were two black dildos, a black mask with zips, and liquid Viagra. Through further investigation of the documents, it was found that the Bentley was in repossession, as Williams had stopped paying the car note and other documents, which prompted us to obtain a search warrant at 980 Pine Grove Road as well as 990 Pine Grove Road, where the co-defendants in the case, Erica King, was living. I found that Williams had other active warrants in Henry County, a city of McDonough, related to larceny, theft by conversion. Da, 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 da. Okay, I found that Williams had an active warrant in Santa Clarita, California, for fraud in which within state extradition only. Okay, let me flip over here real quick, guys, because I don't know what's on the next couple pages, and I just need to make sure I'm not showing anything I'm not supposed to. On or about October 13th, 2022, approximately 800 hours, Detective Gooden was present with Officer Natalie Fields for an interview with Gail Bickham at Roswell Police Department. Officer Fields identified Bickham as another fraud theft victim of Ernest Williams during the investigation. Bickham advised that sometime around 2009, 2010, during the housing market crash, she met Williams in Atlanta, Georgia, while she was looking for investors to help her launch a new business plan locally. During that period, she got to know Williams but stepped away from him after his continued solicitations for money. Bickham advised that she did loan. Hold on. Bickham advised that she did loan Williams $1,000 and he paid it back as agreed. Bickham knew that Williams was married to Carol Lamar at the time and was operating a barbershop. During 2015, Bickham's ran into Williams in Atlanta. Williams advised that he had a new business which he wanted to show Bickham. Bickham agreed to meet Williams at the barbershop located on Peachtree Street near Farr Road. Williams' business at the time involved private coaches, motor coaches. Williams told Bickham that he was looking for investors for his new business. Williams also told Bickham that he was getting married and Bickham knows who he was marrying. Bickham told Williams she was not familiar with his fiancee but congratulated him. Williams then told Bickham that he was engaged to Shirley Strawberry. Bickham's was unfamiliar with Shirley Strawberry, and Williams explained that she was from the Steve Harvey Show. Bickham then congratulated Williams again. Williams then asked Bickham about her business interest, and Bickham told him that she was doing the same thing she did when they previously met. Bickham advised that the meeting with Williams concluded and she went her way. Williams later connected with Bickham on Instagram and advised that his phone number was blank. During 2018, Williams contacted Bickham on Instagram and requested Bickham's phone number. Okay, let me just keep going. Hold on. 2018, oh, the 550. I wonder if they're talking about hers. Okay. Oh, okay. This is that. I have to look up the other as it relates to those to the switching of the VIN numbers. I'll find those reports and we'll figure those out too. But this one I think is really as it relates to Gail Bickham. But this one is where we see, hold on a second. Let me just edit this little bit. This is the part where we've all seen this, but maybe some people haven't seen it. But if you haven't seen it, I did a whole video and went through this whole entire thing top to bottom. So if you've never seen this before, get into it. Okay, this is the one where it says Williams sent his assistant Alasia Alexander, aka Dominique, to pick up her Mercedes. Bickham advised that there was a bald unknown black male with her. Who was that? You think that was Lamont? On June 23rd, 2021, Bickham secured 3 cashier's checks from BB&T made to Danielle Dranans, later changed to Danielle with no E diamonds for $20,000. That's Shirley's ring that she got. Alasia Alexander for $6,000. Olivia Washington for $5,000. Gooden later found Danielle Diamonds and Company located at the America's Mart on Spring Street. Note Williams told Bickham to issue another cashier's check to Danielle Diamonds, to which Bickham contacted BB&T to authorize the issuance of a new check. Gooden contacted Danielle Diamonds and spoke with the owner And remember, I mean, how long is this live going? Are we almost to 2 hours? Gosh, this is going on. I Good and contacted. So if we want to know who called Shirley that day, hi Shirley, this is so and so from Roswell Police Department. It wasn't Natalie Fields, it was Detective Gooden. It was the one that Sonia always complains about, never comes around anymore, right? Never shows up to the hearings. It's always Fields. This was Detective Gooden contacted Danielle Diamonds. Remember, Ty the jeweler said someone contacted her and she said that you would need to get like a search warrant or you would need a subpoena. She would need something, right? Okay. Note, Williams told Bickham to issue another check to Danielle Diamonds. Okay. Gooden contacted Danielle Diamonds. I'm right here. Gooden contacted Danielle Diamonds and spoke with the owner. She recalled Williams coming into her store and tendering the check for merchandise. Legal process for information about that transaction forthcoming. We have not seen a receipt from Danielle Diamonds. I wonder, I'm sure there's a receipt from Danielle Diamonds. Maybe, I don't know, let me look in here and see if I can search Danielle Diamonds. Hold on the 277 pager. Is there, let me do a control F. Do we see Danielle? I don't see Danielle. Let's see if there's a $20,000. Hmm. Okay, there's a $20,000 reference, but it's to Regina Delaney, the lady with the Harley Davidson. There's a $20,000 again. $20,000 again. The only $20,000 I'm seeing. Okay, we'll go on. So I guess they must have sent something. But remember Ty the jeweler, when Shirley called Nesto, she told him that when Ty called her, there was a detective that called him. I think I just assumed it was Natalie Fields, but apparently it was Detective Gooden. It was Detective Gooden. On June 29th, 2021, Williams purchased in the name of Nesto's Elite Private Security the 98 Prevost, all of that. Then they're going to talk about the Mercedes, the G-Wagon. Hold on. Oh. Okay, on June 30th, 2022, Nesto purchased the Mercedes G-Wagon from Wade Ford. The transaction included the Prevost. Williams explained he just purchased the vehicle for his wife's birthday. He didn't have that car anytime. Williams is married to Shirley Strawberry and her birthday is July 28th. Mm, mm. Okay, well, y'all, Ty said she played dumb. Hold on a second. Now, this right here, I'm going to drop this for you guys in the chat. This was in members, and I wasn't the person who reached out to me yesterday was asking a question, and your girl's not a gatekeeper. Like I said, the reason why this was in members was because it was just a snippet from another live. Now, I could not find the live at all that I snipped this from because there's so many damn videos. I started to try to look yesterday, but I couldn't find it. But anyway, this is that. I'll do some research on that and we'll figure out what those Mercedes G Wagons are. Okay. That's a different, those have got to be different G Wagons because he had just bought Shirley's car And these the G-Wagon that is mentioned in this particular video of the link that I just dropped, those G-Wagon VIN numbers are 2011. So those could have been some, you know, there was a lot of information over at the house on Pine Grove Road that had, like fake seals. You know that there was some documentation over there that was there was some manufactured documentation over there and car titles and all kinds of things. So I don't know if any of this was that. And I haven't looked at this in a while to remember what I was even looking at the time, because I think this video is from the video link that I just dropped was from like November of 2024. So I'm not really sure what that was in reference to. But we'd have to go back to it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, hun. Thank you. I hope I didn't miss. I don't know if anyone else sent me anything in this, but I was reading. So my bad if I hadn't acknowledged. But thank you so much, hon. I appreciate you. Let me drop some coins on you. Okay. Thank you, sis. I appreciate it. All right. Let me see if I can find this. My favorite. You guys know that that's my favorite episode of Nesto and Shirley phone calls is when Shirley was like, "What are you talking about? They took my your truck?" Well, yes. Why do you keep saying that? She was so upset. She was so upset when he was like, "What do you mean? What are you talking about?" She's like, "They came and took my car from the beauty salon. How did they know where your beauty salon?" That was the best. That was the absolute best call ever. I don't know which one it is. Oh my god, I never can remember. I'll have to find it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it at this moment. Is this it? When Shirley says, "And they called Ty at the jewelry store." Wait a second. So, let's think about this for a second. Nesto's Instagram, if he had literally just bought that car for Shirley and it was listed on the paperwork as white, this might have been one of the Mercedes. This might have been one of those bogus, the one that had the bogus VINs, like the one that was illegally changed. It could be one of these cars. He's such a clown. I'm not even going to play the whole thing, but he's such a clown. This can't be it. This isn't it.
I just really thank God for really what he done put me through. I put this down here, this VIP 2060 Peachtree Road. I started this game with a 24-hour barbershop.
Now it's a whole gas station. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all dropping your member milestones. Oh, and happy Friday. Yes, TGIF, y'all. TGIF. I'm trying to do a nice long one so we can get caught up, and my bad. Let me see if I could find what I'm really looking for, y'all. Hold on a second, okay? I just want to hear the Ty Ruler call. That's like my favorite call of all time and he's like, "What are you talking about?" And he's so like, "What do you mean? What are you talking about?" Okay, let's see if we can I feel like the cover. I don't know if I'm in the right spot. Let me see. I might not be at the right. I don't know if I'm in the right playlist. It's like you got to go all the way back. Okay, now I'm in the right place. I think this is it. Okay, here we go. Oh my god, this is the best. This is my favorite. Hold on.
And that her signature was on many while trying to leave the beauty shop. She says, I'm in the process of working on more calls, but I quickly wanted to share clips from this one particular call. In this call, Shirley states that her truck was taken by investigators while trying to leave the beauty shop. She says the police are also taking her wedding ring and that her signature was on many documents, and the cops think that some of them were forged. Shirley goes on to ask why they're taking her truck and was told that it will possibly be used to pay back the victims. Take a listen to how Shirley Strawberry responds to the whole situation that played out.
How is your day going?
Well, it was going okay. The police picked up my truck today.
What truck?
What do you mean, what
You talking
truck?
about your white truck?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What would they
What?
say?
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
They said it's being used in the investigation.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What?
Yeah, they came to the salon where I was, and waited outside for me. When I got ready to go, they blocked me in, and it was a tow truck there, a flatbed, and they put the truck on the flatbed.
What?
And they offered me a ride home, and I told them no, of course not. And thank God the lady that does my hair brought me home.
What kind of shit is that?
Well, that's what they said. They said,
It was not the old G Wagon. The G Wagon. So if you're just now coming in, we just read a whole 17-page document regarding a G Wagon that is being forfeited by the state of Georgia to pay back Gail Bickham. This is the G Wagon. This is the G Wagon specifically. The one that was purchased from Wade Ford, the 2021 that got taken from the Buddha salon. Okay.
I asked them, do they have any proof? I said, what are you guys doing? Why are you taking my truck? Because it's being used in an investigation. Do you have any proof? What are you talking about? Yes, we have proof. I mean, no, we don't have proof. We have probable cause. And that can lead to proof. Sheridan came. Your daughter Sheridan came in. I mean, they didn't say that right away. I'm just trying to tell you all the stuff. It's out of order. They said that there are a lot of papers with my name on them. My signature probably has been forged.
Wait a minute. I'm confused. What you saying?
Come on, honey. Come on.
No. Hold on. I'm trying to understand. Where were you at?
I told you I was at the beauty shop, and the beauty shop is it's in Roswell. It's in Roswell, the same one I've been going to.
What?
And the same officer that arrested you was there, Officer Fields, the little white lady.
That's what it is. Wow. How did they know where your beauty salon was?
I guess they've been following me. I don't know. I can't tell you that. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, they said they were going to come and get it from over here.
Wait. That's what it is. That's what it is. How did they know?
They're following me. I don't know. I can't tell you that.
Yes.
Officer Fields, the little white lady.
That's what it is. Wow. How did you know where your beauty salon was?
Do you think he had just taken his medication at that point? How did they know what the one was?
Wow. How did you know where your beauty salon was?
I guess they've been following me. I don't know. I can't tell you that. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, they said they were going to come
Oh
and get it
God.
from over here, but it just my car came up on the radar, the license plate that it was in Roswell.
Wow.
Mm,
Yeah.
yep.
So I
Wow.
don't have a. And I said, well, what are you going to do with my truck? What does my truck have to do with this? They said it's for the victims. They needed to pay back the victims, some of the victims, and whoever
What?
this.
What? Ain't no, they're lying.
Well, I'm just telling you what they told me, honey. I don't. I mean, I assume that this woman is setting you up or set you up or whatever, but I assume that.
Wow.
So that's all I can tell you is what happened to me today, and I don't have a car to drive. So, oh, and they said they're going to get my wedding ring too.
What are you talking about?
Why do you say? Why when I tell you something? Why do you say that? Because I'm just telling you what they told me. They said they're going to come and get it. I got it from Danielle Diamonds, and the $20,000 that she put on that, they're going to get the
Stop
ring
talking.
too.
Stop talking. Stop talking. Stop talking on the phone. Stop talking on.
Notice when she said the $20,000 and you got it from Danielle Diamonds at the money that you used to get it, and then all of a sudden it stopped talking, stop talking. Nesto has known since November of 2022 that they had already been pulling receipts on him. I mean, that was I think initially he was like, "What?" At that moment, he had to have known, "Sir, they didn't pull the receipts, sir." He like $20,000. They know how you got the money to pay for that. Blase, blase, blase.
Okay,
Yeah, stop. I'll just stop talking about that because all that's bullshit.
this is what they told me.
Right. I understand that.
Yeah, yeah, but
Wow.
it wasn't a great day for me either.
That was a bad, bad, bad day. Wow.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
a bad
So
day.
I mean, they let me get my stuff out. I don't know. I just really think they're just trying to keep this investigation open in hopes that they'll find something, to keep you or something. It's like they don't have anything. They don't have anything. I know they don't.
I'm so sorry that happened to you today.
Oh, it's okay. It's all right. I mean, it's just okay. There ain't nothing we can do about it. Apparently they're really after you. They think you're some sort of big, I don't know. I don't know. They,
I understand.
yeah, they're just really trying to stick it to you. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Oh, and they mentioned the Bentley. They said something, I can't remember exactly what they said about the Bentley. They mentioned the Bentley, that was part of the investigation. My truck, because they're trying to confiscate all your assets, I guess. So they said, we're trying to pay the victims. We're trying to pay the victims.
It ain't no victim. What it is trying to hold on to your stuff. And first of all, I'm not going to talk on the phone because they listening to everything you say.
They sure are. They they sure are.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to do that, and I know what it is. So I'm not finna get all in. I'm not going to talk on the phone.
Yeah. Okay.
But I understand what you're saying. Wow. Damn. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry that happened.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. It's okay.
Boy, look at here. Wow. Wow,
Yeah.
wow, 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 wow.
Yeah. I mean, it just hurts my heart that they think you're some sort of monster. You don't know who he is. You don't know who he is.
What?
Yeah. It's like they keep adding charges and adding charges, adding, you know. The longer you're in there, the more charges they add.
Right. Well, they have to do that to keep me. They add and take off, add and take off, add and take off.
Yeah.
That's what they've been doing. And then when they get in the courtroom, it gets so confusing. Wow. Damn. I can imagine how that was with all them folks around you like that. Wow.
Yeah. But I
Dang.
mean, I just faced it head on. It's like nothing I could do.
What a day today
Mm.
for you. That's
Yeah,
just
well, yeah, there's nothing I could do about it.
Okay, so this was the one when she got her car repossessed, or not repossessed, excuse me, seized. Um and that is what the initial complaint is that we're talking about. Somebody was asking me in the chat about the police report with the conflicting VIN numbers on a G-Wagon. I don't know that that was Shirley's car. Shirley's car was a 2021 and it has a VIN number from Wade Ford, and that one might not be that car. We've seen Nesto driving around other G-Wagons. I don't know if they had two G-Wagons. We know that he was driving the Ford F350, but we don't know. I don't know what the references for these other G wagons. Um, but we'll find out. I have to just refresh my memory on what that video was about. I dropped the link into the chat. I'm trying to find the video where we were even talking about that. But the that G wagon reference, I don't believe has anything to do with this asset forfeiture that we were talking about at the beginning of this video. Okay. I think it's just something different. That might have been potentially my thought is that this could be regarding maybe this G Wagon here. I don't know. We know that he was driving this one. Um and that Shirley got the new one, well, a newish one. The one that he got Shirley was a 2021 from Wade Ford, and he used proceeds of monies that he got from Gail Bickham. Those other vehicles could have been vehicles that were documented on paperwork that was found at PGR, because they remember they found a lot of fake registrations and car seals and all kinds of other stuff. I mean, I guess it's all going to come out eventually. You know, if they go to trial, the trial starts, they have court next week. And like the prosecutor told us when he was here the other day, we'll know more next week, right? So red flags all over the place. Anyway, I can't find the Danielle Diamonds calls. I know it's after this one. I know it's after this one because this was like call number 4, and then the call was after. I never can find the Danielle Diamonds ones, and it's a thumbnail that I'm always like, "Oh, yeah, that was it." Okay. Um, is it this one? Let's see. I'm gonna check one more. If not, then I'm gonna let y'all go. Okay. I'll find it. Next time we talk, we'll have another Kiki and see if we'll find the Danielle Diamonds. When Shirley calls and just lays it on him that she got a call from Ty the jeweler. That's the best. That's next to that one from her getting the car seized, which is unfortunate. We feel bad for Shirley. But the truth had to come out some way, and she's free now, and she seems to be very happy. And you know, there's always a little, some darkness before the sun comes out. Okay. All right, you guys, make sure to hit the thumbs up for me. I'm going to let you guys go. And if you enjoyed today's live, I hope you did. We definitely have some other news to get caught up on. So we're going to be getting to it. So make sure your notifications are set. But I'll do some looking. I'm going to cross-reference those other VIN numbers and get back to you guys. If there's anything else you guys want to talk about regarding this matter, that's fine, because we know there's court next week coming up. So we may as well get caught up now, because God only knows it could be a whole nother year before there's Nesto stuff to talk about. You know how they do. Fulton County has been real, kind of a little slowish on the progression. I don't know if it's done away, because Will Wooten, he's ready. Will Wooten been ready. Sir, they put a motion up. He's putting his response. Sir doesn't take any time. We know Nesto's lawyer is booked and busy all around Georgia. So we don't know what's going to happen. So hopefully there will be some progression, and maybe there will actually be some action happening. But like Will said, we'll know more next week, right? So we may as well get caught up. We might do another one and get a little bit more caught up, but we got other news to talk about, right? So, okay, you guys. All right, you guys, have a wonderful day. Make sure to hit the thumbs up. And are you talking about, oh, wait, hold on a second. He's playing dumb. Are you calling Mr. Hoover Sir Elwop? Baby. Is that his new you're clutching your pearls on the avatar? That's our friend from who's America's Next Top Model. I forget what his name is. Have a great weekend. Thank you. I'll be around. I will be around. If you guys find the Danielle Diamonds episode, send it to me so we can have a laugh later. Okay. Yeah, they called Ty, the other big mouth in Atlanta. I'm going to have to text Shay and find out which episode it is. I can never seem to find it. It's obviously in the first 12 videos. I know it's not in the first one. That was episode 4 that we just listened to when they came and got the truck. It's sometime after that, but it's not far after that, and I can't seem to find it. I'm probably just not in the right place. This was fun. Okay, guys. Have a good afternoon. I'll see you guys later. Hold on a second. Let me see. Okay. All right, you guys. Have a good afternoon.
You can sleep. Side hand, I'll be that too. Because chicks are young and this chick is old. So I'll be the side hand. Thank you, Reggie, for correcting her. I will be the side chick. The mistress, the side chick, the hand. It's whatever. I mean, name calling is what y'all do. You can sleep.
Okay, you guys. Let me see. Lisa Lulu, thank you, baby. 12 months. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you. Scorpio, 19 months. Major's wife, 7 months. Thank you, Lady Renee, 20 months. Oh my gosh, you guys. Thank you for supporting for so long. Thank you. Regarding the comment about Nesto playing dumb, I mean, yeah. I think when Shirley said the $20,000, how you paid for my ring, da 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 da, he was shook. He was shooketh. It was giving, oh shit, they know what's going on. That's what it was giving. It's giving, uh-oh. It's giving, oh, they know. Yep. Okay, guys, I'll see you guys later.